Donovan, what does it say that on a night where you didn't have your best night, your guys snap a 15-game win streak from the OKC Thunder?
I mean, it just speaks to our growth. I told everybody after the game, like, we don't, as a unit, we don't win this game last year. You look at J.A., you look at Evan, you look at DG, Max, Karis, Ty Jerome, George, everybody, Dean Wade, everybody that came in, you know, did something positive to affect the game, whether it was scoring, rebounding, defending, whatever it may be. And that's a team win. That's what it's going to take for us to be the team we want to be. And honestly, man, like, it's a big win. You know, I think we're all excited about it. And obviously, like I said, yeah, this is, you know, one game and no championships are won tonight, but it's something to be proud of. And all the talk of you know, who's in the game and all-star game. Like, I think those, you know, Darius, Evan, J.A., I think they showed why they should be in San Francisco, why we should all be there. I think there's no doubt. I mean, you look at tonight, you know, this is each one, all three of them had an individual impact in big moments to win us that game. And I think it would be a shame if all four of us weren't there just because of the impact we all have. This isn't just about one person. This is a group thing. And we showed it tonight on the big stage, and I'm really proud of everybody, but those three in particular, they did their thing, and they carried us the way all-stars do.
This Thunder team came in with the best defense in the league. You talked about this being a test. Like, what'd you learn about this team beating the best defensive team in the league?
Yeah, I mean, you know, you got hit, fought back, got hit again, kept clawing back. Got the lead, kept the lead. Like, you know, that's the sign of a championship team. You know, how do we find ways to respond in adversity? How do we find ways to continue to be who we are through success? Getting stops late, getting rebounds late. Like, they're a talented team. You know, they're going to go far in the playoffs. They already have done a lot. Shea's a MVP candidate. You know, Lou Dort, Jalen Williams. They got a lot of Case Wallace, a lot of great defenders. And for us, you know, individually, to come together and find ways to continue to be effective. It's huge.
You ended up being a conduit for a lot of these guys tonight. I'm sure that wasn't exactly what you thought going into this game, but as this game is wearing on, like, what's going through your mind personally?
Keep making plays, you know, and if shots not falling, impacted in different ways, you know. Kept getting into the paint, they were collapsing, making the play. Sometimes stand my butt in the corner and let them be great. You know what I mean? That's been saying that all year. You know, it's not like necessarily going out and having to make every shot or go out there and do anything. It's just, how do I be a leader consistently, whether it's on the defensive end, rebounding. And sometimes being a leader is staying out the way and allowing guys to be great, which we saw tonight, which is why I say, like, for us to have a group like that and guys like that who can execute late game, late stretch, like, that's all-star type stuff. You don't do that unless these guys are great, you know what I mean? And that's the trust we have. So that's why they should be there in San Francisco.
You mentioned you don't win this game in years past. Why do you feel like this group is more ready this year than it has been?
As a whole, we've definitely gotten better. And I'm going to keep saying this. I'm going to keep shouting out those three in particular. Like, they are growing in front of all of us. You know, I think that's what you're starting to see. J.A. being a dominant force on the boards. We all know his matchup 2 years ago against Hartenstein wasn't his greatest, and he comes out tonight and puts on a hell of a performance. Evan Mobley probably shoots a fadeaway at the end of the game last year or 2 years ago. Now he's going to be an assertive getting to the rim. Darius Garland, you know, this is who he's been. You know, he had one rough year, and I think we all, not us, but no disrespect, but y'all put that on him. Like, that's who he was. But this is who he's been his whole career. A closer, clutch player. And you know, that's what you're seeing, the growth from all of us, and defensively being able to get stops, make it tough on guys and get rebounds. But it was a group effort, but I'm not going to stop talking about those three in particular. They were the reason why I won this game tonight as a whole.
Why was it important for Kenny to drop a play for Evan with a minute left to kind of put the game away?
Because that's Evan Mobley. Like, you know, he's just as much of a closer as myself and Darius. You know what I mean? We should be looking at him in that light. You know what I mean? I think it's no longer a surprise. It's no longer, oh, we ran a play for Evan. No, it's either going to be me, Evan, or DG, you know, with those late games making a play. And that's not always the score, but to kind of find ways to create. But, you know, you look at what he's done all year. It should be no longer a shock or a surprise that these guys are, especially him, are getting looks, getting plays made for him, because that's what happens when you're an all-star. You get plays ready for you and you make a play. And we trust him in these moments, and we're starting to see it.
I mentioned the depth on this team being showcased yet again. What does it say that nightly you guys can do that and you guys can put up so many points across the board?
Yeah, you know, there's a trust factor. Excuse me. You know, whether it's Karis, Max, George, Ty, Dean, Sam when he comes back. There's just so many guys. Isaac, coming off our bench making plays and understanding we are willing to be like, all right, I'm ready to sub out because this next guy's going to come in and give something, that we need. That's the biggest thing is continue to trust each other as a unit. And when guys go out there, guys will continue being pros and being great. And that's what the sign of a really good team is.
Considering the stage, the opponent, how the game played out, Donovan, what do you hope the narrative about this Cavs team is moving forward?
I mean, it's very clear that we belong here. I don't think we are waiting for the national media to be like, oh, they belong. I think for us, we knew. But you got to go out there and prove it respectfully. No matter how much we know, we've said it in camp, no matter how much we know, you got to go out there and do it on a night-to-night basis. We went 31-4, people still don't believe. We win tonight, people still won't believe. All right, we got to continue to be us. It doesn't matter, I think that's more so for the Cavs fans, which we appreciate the annoyance of it from Cavs fans. But I think for us, just continuing to be us, and we'll be fine. I think, but you're seeing it. We got a lot of talented players, man. And if you don't see it by now, then I don't know what else to say.
Are you ready to say that you guys are the best team in the NBA at this point? You haven't said that yet.
We have the best record in the NBA. We still can be better as a team.
What did you say, Don?
We have the best record in the NBA, but we can be better as a team. Can you talk about your All-Star performance, please? Come talk about your – do you already do media?
Nope.
Come do your All-Star performance. They
You
said
didn't do media yet.
Excuse me, Serena.
All right, Darius, you snapped the Thunder's 15-game win streak. What does it say about this team?
We're relentless. Best team in the league. I don't know, man. This team is great, for sure.
What was the locker room like after this one?
We're excited. This was a big win. This was a test for us, like we all said before. But dang, it's just another game. We've got another one tomorrow, so we got to get ready for that one.
When you talk about, this game was every possession, you guys had to battle the entire game. 30 different lead changes in this game. Take me through just the battle of this one.
Yeah, it was a up-and-down game. We just had to find it from everyone tonight. We wasn't making as many shots as we usually do, or people are usually seeing. So, just had to grind it out, play more physical on the defensive end, try to get more stops, and try to get out in transition. And then our bench came in and played really great. Ty, Max, Cares, George with some big threes, and even Ice coming off the pine and really moving his puppies and not getting any fouls. So it was huge for us. It was a great team win.
Your bigs had a combined 46 points, over 22 rebounds, but also 14 assists. What do you say about what they were able to do against the Thunder?
And do it all. They've been doing it all season. They should be all-stars for sure, especially after tonight. Especially the way that they really performed on both ends of the floor, really rebounding, switching on to one of the best players in this league and trying to make it tough for him. So it was, they're the best two bigs in the league by far. So they proved it tonight.
You told me the other day that this was just going to be like any other game. Is that really how it was, or was that more of you just trying to keep yourself calm for this one?
No, it was another game, literally. But like I said earlier, it was definitely, it was the matchup that everybody wanted to see. Two small market teams, two of the best records in the league, and on the win streak. There's nothing that you can ask for on this Wednesday if you're watching basketball.
Kenny told us after the game that you guys said in the locker room, last year we don't win this game. What's the difference between last year and now on a night like tonight?
Our camaraderie, our growth, our maturation has grown a lot. We can talk to one another, and we can have hard conversations, even during the battle, during the game, which is much needed. And that's what happened tonight. We messed up on a lot of coverages tonight, so we had to get on each other about that and try to get it right during the maturation of the game, and that's what happened. And I think that's our biggest thing, is growing and talking to each other while on the floor during the battle, and it was good for us.
What do you think the biggest catalyst for that change in terms of being able to have those conversations has been?
I think just us being around each other. really. I mean, we've been around each other for 3-4 years now, so we know how to talk to each other, and that's what it was.
Talk about the camaraderie on this team and kind of watching these guys come off the bench for you. What is it like to watch your guys and the depth that you guys have been able to create and produce like that?
Yeah, it's super good, man. It's cool to see like our guys that come off the bench just have a huge spark like that for us, especially Ty coming in the second half and making tough floaters and getting his hands on basketballs and just being active. And then, I mean, Vert should definitely be up for Sixth Man of the Year. Max is huge for us. Ice coming off injury, playing some really good defense, moving his puppies. It was a great all-around effort for us.
You keep talking about so many other people. Do you believe you should be an All-Star?
Yes.
I mean, listen, you had the last 10 games. You know,
Say it again.
No, what you had Denver, you had Jamal Murray, body bag. What you had Golden State, body bag. They traded D'Lo so you couldn't give him the smoke. You know, they had Ball, body bag. You know, I'm trying to get him. Listen, I'll fight for. I'll be the bad guy. I'll be Charles Oakley. You know, I think Darius Garland should be, and everyone you guys put in front of him, he's, you know, rang the bell and did what he had to do. Right, Don? Don believes me. So, you know, we're doing everything we need to do, and, you know, all the coaches, y'all got to vote for him. Come on now. You see the performance he's put in, dagger, end the game.
When the first returns came out and you weren't in the top 10 of the guards, how did you process that?
You're 74% in the clutch. Did you know that?
You said what?
74% in the clutch. Who?
No word.
See, another reason why you got to be an all-star. He the only guy in the NBA that's shooting 49%, 40 from 3, and 90 from free throw. Come on now, what else you guys want? Come on, man. We want him to go 50, 40, 90. That's what I mean.
Yeah,
well,
me
there
too.
you go. You know,
That'd be cool.
Don strives for excellence.
That'd be cool.
Big man's the only 1% on.
I'm still gonna answer your question. Yeah, I don't know how many times I have to say it. I'll be trying to be humble as possible, but yeah, I should be an all-star. Yes, there should be 4 of us on this team that's all-stars.
Isn't that great? Ty, there were 30 lead changes in this game, like a game where you can honestly say every possession mattered. Like, take me through the battle of the possession game.
Yeah, I mean, 2 best records in the NBA. We knew what it was going to be coming into it. They're a super physical team. They might not be tall, but they just play super hard. They're strong. They reach. They foul. So we knew it was going to be up and down, and I think we just played for 48.
What was the feeling like in here with everybody post-game?
It was a good win. I mean, it was a great win. I mean, it's still 1 of 82. I think I said this morning is like, obviously it feels bigger because it's, you know, the 2 best records in the NBA playing each other. They got a 15-game win streak. We got a 10 or whatever. So it's like, it feels bigger, but we have another one tomorrow. You know what I mean? So like, we still gotta, you know, go get our rest tonight and come back tomorrow and do it all over again. So, but yes, this was definitely a big one as the regular season goes.
Would you make it the way that your bigs, I mean, just dominated, not just the 46 points, but they had 14 assists between the 2 of them?
Yeah, they both got to be all-stars. I mean, we keep saying it, but I think tonight shows, like, we have 4 all-stars. Not 1, not 2, not 3, we have 4 all-stars. And Evan, J.A. were phenomenal tonight on the glass, defensively, on the offensive glass, like, keeping possessions alive late in the game. Like, they were just everything. That's the thing. That team is small, so our advantage was in the paint, and Evan, J.A. stepped up. They punished switches. They sealed. They did everything tonight, so they were phenomenal.
Lots of talk going into this game about it being, you know, a test, right? Because they're the number 1 defense in the league. So beating them, like, what did you learn about your team tonight?
Just what we knew all season long, that we have so many different weapons. You know, your best player doesn't have his best game, and everyone else just steps up. And, you know, we got guys, that, you know, 7 guys in double figures, I think. Like, just a testament to our depth and everyone ready to step up, and a testament to Don being selfless. You know what I mean? Not a lot of guys would go force and just jack up 30 shots, but he just continues to play the right way, continues to play winning basketball, and he empowers everyone else around him to help him.
Obviously, Shea's going to get his, but you guys kept him off the line pretty well tonight. Dean and Karras took the primary responsibilities. How do you feel like you guys defended him tonight, and just the overall performance on that end?
I think that's as good as a job as you can do on him. I think it took him 27 shots to get 31 points. Like, you really can't do much better job. And that's Dean, that's Karras, that's Evan Jay in the paint, like nothing was easy in the paint. I think he only shot 3 or 4 free throws. So that's exactly what we wanted to do, and we executed that very well.
In a game like this high caliber game, you outscore them on the bench 43-26. What's the confidence or belief level among the second unit on this team?
Same as it's been all year. We're a super deep team, and everyone's ready to step up. Everyone's role looks different every night, but everyone knows who they are, knows what they bring to the table, and we got, like we've been saying all year, a deep team.
To see a guy like Jay do the dirty work, he had 8 offensive rebounds, be able to do everything on both ends of the floor. What kind of recognition do you think he deserves, not just as an all-star, but around the league for what he's been able to do for this team?
Yeah, I feel like we ask this question every single night about all, one of the 4 of those guys. It comes up every night, like, what recognition do they deserve? And eventually it's like, listen, he's one of the best bigs in the league. This is what we expect from him. Like, we're not surprised. And I think he showed tonight, like, I really am one of the best bigs in the league. He was just absolutely dominant, and that's what he did.
Can you talk a little bit about wanting you in the lineup because you're a ball handler, you can space the floor, all those different things. To have your number called in such a high-profile game and something like this, what is your mindset going into it?
Same as it's been all year. I thought in the first quarter we didn't really touch the paint well. We were kind of looked a little timid, like we weren't really going at them. So I think when I came in the game, made that a focus. You got to attack physical defenses with force. So then I tried to touch the paint and get guys to be like, all right, like we can go at them. I just kind of try to read the game and look what we need and bring that to the table when I come in the game.
Was that game as much fun to play in as it seemed like it was?
Yeah, for sure. Like I said, it's still 1 of 82, but like those atmospheres when you get them in the regular season and then in January, like those are the games you love to play in. It feels like a playoff game.
You think ESPN might send their cameras around here a little bit more after the show you guys just put on?
I have no idea. I guess we'll have to find out.
How'd you feel about that crowd? You talked about the vibes and everything like that. How's the crowd tonight?
They've been unreal all year, though. You know what I mean? So like, it wasn't the first time that they've been great. They show up. I think we played Charlotte this past Sunday, like a few days ago. And at the start of the game, I looked around against Charlotte, and no disrespect to Charlotte, they're not like one of the better teams in the NBA, and it's like a Sunday at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. I looked around, and it's like sold out. You know what I mean? It's like that crowd's been great every game this whole year, and we love them, and they're huge for us.
Can you talk about having 3 different kind of lineups that you guys can go to? One with Ed at the 5 and Jared at the 5, but then also, like we just talked about, both of them closed tonight. Having that in your back pocket and being able to go to that, how dynamic does that make it for any matchup for you guys?
Yeah, it just gives us a lot of versatility. You got Ev and Jay have really figured out, and that's partially because Ev has become a really good three-point shooter this year. He's been able to space the floor for us, and he's been able to attack with the ball in his hands. So he's basically a wing player in some lineups, you know what I mean? And him being able to do that, but also play in the pocket and pick and rolls and cut off J.A. when he's in the pocket. Like, they've really gotten better at playing together offensively. And that's a credit to Ev's spacing and Jay's decision-making as a passing big. So we've empowered those guys to go be great offensively, and they have been.